One of the best ways I think to review at the end of a unit is with station rotations. Typically, I put students in groups of 4 and they rotate around the room to different activities. About a third to a half of the activities are technology related, but I try to mix things up so they're not on their computers the entire time because we know how much screen time students get outside of class as well. Successful stations are entirely dependent on teacher planning ahead of time and classroom management. So I post directions at every station around the room, and before we start, I walk around the room and I read the directions to students at each station and show them the materials they'll need to complete that activity. I also assign a team captain per group, and that person is responsible for rereading the directions at each station when they arrive. My stations usually take between 8 to 10 minutes per station, but they don't all run the same length, and it depends on the students and how quickly they work. So at each station, below the directions, I also include an extension activity. And I do this because I don't want students to rotate more quickly through and we get a log jam at one of the stations. If there's too many kids at a station, they're going to talk to their friends and not do the activity. So it's really important for management that they stay at their station until the timer on my phone goes off. And I set the timer on my phone, and then I can walk around the room too and check in with kids and make sure they're doing what they're supposed to and that they understand the activity. And then the last piece also is, how do I want them to clean up that station? So if they were writing with dry erase markers, they need to make sure that they erase what they wrote and close the markers and put things back for the next group. At the technology-based stations, I almost always have a Google Doc with links to online games or activities that I found, and then students can choose what they want to play and in which order. Another technology-based station I like is something on the smartboard, whether it's interactive slides or maybe something that came with the textbook series, but something that they can work on together, and the students really love using the pen on the board. Flipgrid or any other recording device is also an excellent station to have, especially if you're giving an end of term exam and you need to have a speaking assessment. You can have the students record it during station time, and then you don't have to worry about that when you're giving the actual pen and paper exam that you might be required to give. And sometimes I just plop myself down at the speaking station and I have the kids speak to me directly, and I'm sitting there with the rubric and I grade it then, and it's just faster for me. So about 2 or 3 stations are blended using technology, and then the other ones are more hands-on. They might be puzzles, they might be worksheets, they might be skits, but things that help students learn how to interact with each other, because that is still a very important skill to teach students.